Hello YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. We welcome you to the live coverage of the Outlaws Sim Series race number 12 of 36 here at the virtual Michigan International Speedway. I'm Emerson Arn, and we join you tonight from the virtual Brooklyn, Michigan. It is great to be back, and we hope you join us tonight for 110 laps of high-speed action around the legacy version of the speedway that iRacing provides. Breaking ground in 1967, the speedway opened up the next year. Roger Penske, you may have heard of him before, purchased the speedway then in 1972. He upgraded the seating capacity from 25,000 to nearly 136,000. Then the track underwent a repave in 2012, and from then on, seating has been downgraded to nearly 56,000. Backtracking a few years, we're here at the speedway set in 2009, and speaking of setting, we're here in the early morning in Brooklyn, Michigan. A beautiful, beautiful way to start today's broadcast. Speaking of beautiful, make sure you donate to the Jimmy Johnson Foundation this week. We have chosen that charity as it is his last race this weekend in the NASCAR Cup Series at Phoenix, his last full-time NASCAR Series race. So that would be this week's dedicated charity. Also just aligns when he would run the Jimmy Johnson Foundation scheme. It would be here at the Legacy, or at Michigan International Speedway, not necessarily the Legacy, but it has been in years past. Also Auto Club, tends to be Roger Penske owned tracks now that I think of it. But anyway, then I have the amazing opportunity to do to at least share that. He is one of my favorite drivers. He is my favorite driver in the NASCAR Cup Series, so it's very sad to see him be retiring at the end of Sunday night's race. And that being said, we have a race of our own tonight, Wednesday night. We took last week's race, we took last week off in the event that the NASCAR Cup Series race at Texas Motor Speedway was pushed back, and the restart of that race was not until Wednesday night. And we did not want to make the drivers choose between being able to spectate an actual NASCAR playoff race or just partaking in a sim racing event. That being said, we are now here a week later than scheduled for a sim racing event. We're here at the Legacy Michigan Speedway. Joseph Kiosi is here with us. He is top of the charts in practice. And you see the times there going across your screen. Actually, we'll have best times there. You'll see the times there. How about Ben Park going fourth quickest? And we're here early in the session, so let's go ahead and let's bring up some of our drivers, shall we? We should, let's talk to one of our Michiganders tonight, Tyler Markle. Known him as long as, I guess, anyone else I've known for a while. But one of the Michiganders in this league. Markle, how you doing?
Give me a second. Hey Doug, put in this time by. Alright, what's up?
Not much. Just looking at the charts here, and you're 13th quickest at your home track. You think you can improve on that?
Probably. I just finished doing my long run. I'm pitting here for it.
Right on, right on. There you go, coming in. I loving the red vest colors for throwing back to Jimmy Johnson's 2014 scheme. What was the meaning behind that, I guess, other than it being his last NASCAR Cup Series race this weekend?
I decided to do this one so I wasn't the same as Malenko or Max. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, nice nice pit entry there. Nice parking in the pit stall there. So when you come, you've been to Michigan several times. What are some memories you've had at this track?
Seeing when I first went, Denny won. So, and I think that was 2011. So that was still the Gen 5 car. That was actually a pretty good race. And then I think I saw Jimmy's first one. I don't know if that was the year after. I know I saw Larson's first one there at Michigan. So that was nice.
Right. So that being said, is there anything you could maybe take from, seeing this track in real life and bring it to the sim? Because it is a direct laser scan. Okay.
I don't know what to do here.
It's fair enough. What is the what is the goal for the 42 car tonight? Like a top 5, a win.
I'm
What are
hoping
you
for
happy
the
leaving tonight?
7, top 5. That would be nice. But I don't know. My home track's always been good on, you know, like the arcadey games, but on here I'm not too good at it. And it's
All right.
super loose now, so.
Yeah. So the early morning setting. Have you ever ran an iRacing race in the early morning?
Nope. I'll be fine though. It'll be loose for a little bit because long run it got super tight.
I was about to ask, how is it? How is it in the morning, and do you think it's gonna be much different than it would be in high noon?
Yeah, the high noon I feel like I'd probably do a little bit better there, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Not many people have run in the early morning, at least that I know of. But who
Yeah.
knows?
I was gonna say the only time I think drivers in this series might have partaken in an event at early morning might have been, you know, an endurance event going through the early morning, if at all.
Yep.
But yeah, other than yourself, who do you see to be competitive today at Michigan? Maybe people we don't normally associate with Michigan, considering it's more of a speedway oval. You know, you're on the throttle a lot more. Who
Well,
are
if
you
we're looking
expecting?
at times, of course, Kazi, you know, here first, and Core's been pretty fast the whole practice. But if you go by qualifying and race finishes for Core, he doesn't usually finish up there.
Ah, so I see a little something as you approach him right now on the track. Whoa. That would be apologize for my dog there, but
Well, but I don't know. If it becomes a fuel mileage race, I would say watch Jeremiah. Nice.
yeah.
No,
So
if it becomes
so
fuel mileage, you watch Jeremiah today.
so
That's
this
what
so this race is 110 laps instead of 100 laps, and with 75% fuel. What is the is strategy any different because of the added 10 laps?
Probably not. I guess I don't think so. How many laps do you say? 110?
Yeah, this tonight's event is 110 laps around a 2-mile
We
D-shaped
also
oval.
got normal fuel mileage, so it might be different. It might not be. I don't really know. It's about 30 laps, I'm guess.
All right, well, fair enough. We'll let you get back to it as you have about 21 minutes left in practice. Seeing if you can improve on the charts right now. Still sat 13th. We'll let you get to it.
All right, have a good afternoon.
And that was Tyler Markle, driver of the number 42 Chevrolet Camaro there. And we have the chance to talk to one of our other Michiganders in the field today. And it is his first start in the Outlaws Sim Series. Pretty good iRacer, I'd say. At least, yeah, in the 3000s in iRating, in the mid 3000s. But we have driver of the number 17 Chevrolet Camaro, that is. Yep. Reese Schaefer. How you doing, Reese?
Not too bad, Emerson. Thanks for having me today.
Right on, right on. So right off the bat, you've been to Michigan a few times. What are some memories you have at this track?
You know, I always remember the cars going super fast down the backstretch, and I always loved hearing the sounds of pit road. Whenever, 2 times I went there, I always loved hearing that sound. And pretty sure when I went, I think Earnhardt won. Earnhardt Jr. won a race. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. I can't remember. I don't know. Something like that though.
Right. So you're 6th on the board. It is your first start, so I don't know what your expectations were. But is this where you expect it to be? Do you expect to be higher? You think you have the highest iRating in the field as of right now?
You know, I I got 6 laps of practice in here. I'd say 6 on the board's pretty good. I don't know. I think I can get faster in 3 and 4 though. But I don't know. Hopefully, if we get a top 5 today, I'll be happy.
Right on, right on. So the early morning setting. Ever been in an iRacing event in the early morning?
Have I ever been one in the early morning? I don't think so. I've done like some road racing at like a little bit at night, but that's like, you know, later afternoon. So I have not done the morning, so I guess we'll see what happens.
I say, so have the early morning conditions treated you, and I know you haven't ran in a bit, but from your time on the service, how do you think they compare to maybe a high noon type of feel?
I don't think they'd be too different. I don't know. I mean, every race is different, you know. Sometimes you just, some days you're feeling good, and other days can't stay out of the wall. So you gotta hope for the best sometimes.
Fair enough. Considering it's your first race, and I think this is mostly for fun for you. I think you're past the point of really having a shot making it into the playoffs. Actually, I don't think you'd make the percentage of starts at this moment. We're further away into the season. But what is the expectation for you today? Are you expecting to win? Just content with a top five? What are you looking to leave here today with?
You know, if we don't end up in the infield today, I think it's a good day. That's what I expect.
Fair enough. And yeah, do you think there's anything more you can get out of that number 17 before practice ends up here?
Yeah, I do think I can get a better lap time going 3 and 4. Maybe we crack top 3 here. Hopefully, might be able to.
I like that. Looks like it can be competitive towards the front. Yeah. You spent maybe 17 minutes in the league, but so far, what's the environment like to you? You enjoy your time, still trying to feel it out, or
Yeah.
what are you feeling
Yeah,
like?
all the guys I've seen here and there in the race here, they're all really nice guys. So I'm just hoping, clean race and having a good time. That's all that matters.
Right on, right on. Well, we will let you get back to it.
Alrighty.
Let you get back to practicing these weird early morning conditions that many drivers don't experience on Noble. So yeah, 17 minutes left.
It was tough for me to wake up this morning. Not gonna lie.
Hopefully we're talking to you on the other side of this race, and yeah, best luck to you.
All right, thank you. Thanks for having me.
That was driver of the number 17, Reese Schaefer, and well, let's see, who else should we look at? Joseph Cossey's always a good one, and then the Canadians are probably good ones as well. So let's see if we can get a copy from driver of the number 88, Joseph Cossey. Joseph, you got me?
Yes, I do.
All right, on to the top of the charts. Nothing really out of the ordinary here. You're no longer the highest I rating in the field. You actually are well, at this moment, you might have dropped it a bit. You're the third highest in the field. Top of the charts.
You had no high expectations for me.
Well, what I was just have to ask, what are the expectations for you in this 88 car?
That's all I'm here for. Try to win one.
Right on. You think this is the fastest the car can get, or you think you can get even more speed out of the 88?
I probably could push a little bit harder, but that was just son, just to claim my spot up there. I could probably find maybe a little bit more, maybe
Right.
a half a ton.
The talk of the town, if you will, is the rising sun. These early morning conditions. How are they treating you? And have you ever ran an iRacing event in the early morning conditions?
I don't know if I have or not. I know it's slippery out there, and you got to be light on the throttle. You don't want to power it down, and you'll get this thing out of control real quick.
Right on, right on. What are you what are you looking forward to strategy wise? Considering this is not a traditional 100% race, also not your traditional fuel limits. You're at 75%, but it's a 110 lap event. Have you looked into strategy much, and what are you looking at?
Not particularly. Just gonna try to save as much tire as possible. I know we got 6 sets, so I mean we got a decent amount of sets to freaking make this race happen. But as long as it stays green, just take care of the tire as much as you can while on track.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess other than yourself, who are you looking out for the most out of that rearview mirror, possibly?
It's gonna be Markle. He's always there. Malico. He's always there.
Yeah, I would say so. And he originally took over the top spot for the highest I rating in the field until just now Reese Schaefer joined the league middle of this practice, and he now has the highest I rating in the field as of right now. At least this, is obviously fluctuating when drivers do official races.
Oh yeah.
Does that surprise you any? Does that maybe make you want to push a little bit harder in the officials now to get back past them, or?
Oh no, officials, I do them every one in a mill now. I just don't. I'm like, I don't want to get killed. I'd rather not be angry at somebody.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I was gonna ask you what are the expectations, but I guess
Try to go win it.
yeah.
That's all.
And that's what would you be content leaving today with?
Coming for the W. That's what I want.
Fair enough. I guess with that being said, best of luck to you in the race. Hopefully we're talking to you on the other side.
Hopefully so.
Right on. And that was driver of the number 88, Mr. Joseph Kossi. Let's see, somebody who's really working their way up on the board is about this number 12 of Andrew St. Cyr. This might be a surprise to him to bring him up here, so we'll see. Just seeing, testing the waters, if we can get a copy with Andrew.
Hey, Emerson.
Right on, right on. So third on the board in practice. Was this what you were expecting, or how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. It was pretty quick here in the past, so I'm not surprised with my lap time.
Right, so today's talk has been the setting of the race. It is early morning, the sun is rising. How are the conditions out there, and how do they vary from, a high noon event here at Michigan?
Definitely the track is quicker right now for sure. Lunchtime, afternoon, I'd say I'm about half a second off the pace from where I am right now. So it's rubbering up right now, so it's kind of slowing down a bit.
This isn't a home race for you, so to speak. We do make a trip north of the border later in the season, but is this the closest oval to you?
No, Loudon is actually.
Loudon, okay.
Yeah, no, about 9 hours.
Should have asked you last week then. Speaking of last week, had a good run. I think I unfortunately jinxed you last week. But looking pretty good in practice as well. Is the momentum building? Are you feeling like you can maybe rack up some more wins and really be an even scarier title contender?
Not sure that's going to happen. I think I got a few positions ahead of me to move up into the playoffs. I got a couple guys I'm kind of eyeing ahead of me that I would like to ensure that I stay ahead of here today and gain a few points if I can.
Right, so I guess that'll kind of tie into my next question. What is the goal for the 12 car today? What would you leave today's track being content with?
Quite honestly, I'd like to be. I feel like I'm pretty good at this track. I was good here in preseason. Good in the long run. I kind of been pretty good at saving my tires. A lot of guys I found early on are chewing them up pretty quick. So I think that'll be key. And if I can do that, if I can finish top 6, top 7, top 5 would be fantastic. But my goal here today, honestly, I want to try to be a little bit more aggressive as the run goes on, save tires early, and hopefully we get some long runs.
Fair enough. Oh, that's another thing. So today's race is a little different in length. Traditionally, would be 100 laps. Today we're running 110, but also not the traditional fuel levels that the Xfinity Series uses. We're using 75% capacity fuel tanks. What is the strategy today, and does it differ, I guess, from strategy maybe you were thinking of if it was a 100 lapper? And I guess overall, what's just the strategy today?
Kind of wait and see what others do on pit strategy, but I feel as though that I'm probably going to go until I'm pretty well out of fuel. Try to stretch it as far as I can. at least initially, and then for the first one, and then we might do some maybe an early stop later on.
Fair enough. I haven't really asked this to anybody else, but what's the likelihood of yellows today? What are you thinking?
I think the yellows, if they occur, are going to happen early on in runs, like when the cars are pretty loose, especially the first time, maybe second time around after a restart, until you kind of, I don't know, get into a rhythm, warm up your tires. I think that will be when there will be cautions, quite honestly. And then I suppose there's always the risk later on when tires aren't good and guys start trying to push it and make passes and slide up in the corners and bang into people and stuff like that. Um, I expect to see a lot of green flag run today, not a lot of cautions.
Fair enough. Well, looks like you're setting up pretty good or for a good run today. So hopefully we're talking to you on the other side of it. Best luck to you tonight, and yeah, we will see.
Thanks a lot, Emerson. Talk to you later.
Thank you. And that is driver of the number 12, Andrew St. Corin. Let's see if we can get one more interview in before we get going here. And maybe a little shock to this driver for even being pulled up here. But Ben, you got a copy?
Yep.
Right on. Yep. I have to turn you up a little bit. I guess normally haven't really been working on audio levels with you. But there you go. Gotcha. Yeah, so how you feeling? Pretty high on the practice boards.
Lucky.
Aw.
Yeah, I don't know. I just ran good lap that time, but iRacing is different than anything else I've done. It's way different than PlayStation. So it takes a lot of practice.
Yeah, fair enough. So you're still relatively new to the series. What has it been like these few races that you've made it, and how have you maybe improved over the course of the few races you've done?
Well, the first race, Bristol, was crazy. I got ran into a couple times, but at New Hampshire, I was fast, running in the top 10, almost top 5 for the first part of the race, and I missed the pits. Like, I missed my pit stall.
Oh no.
So it put me back, and then my setup isn't the most comfortable, so I couldn't do a full race last week. And then this week, I got a little bit different setup, and honestly, I haven't practiced very much for this track. Seems like people are spinning out a lot.
Well, I was just about to ask. We don't traditionally do early morning start times, early morning conditions in this series, and I know you're still very new to iRacing. That being said, what have you been able to take away from maybe the early morning start time as opposed to maybe a high noon?
I like the setting. The setting is cool. The like orange backdrop that we get for this, at least the practice session. I'm sure it'll like change as the race goes on, but so far it's not bad. And the track actually isn't that bad. People are complaining a whole bunch, but I don't know. It's not that bad, I don't think.
That's great to hear. So what's the goal for the 23 car today? I guess other than finish.
Finishing, that's the first goal. If I can finish on the lead lap, that would be good.
Fair enough.
Keep it out of the wall.
Ooh.
And I think it'll be okay.
That's gonna be a hard one. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I feel like people are gonna be all over the place in this race.
I was just about to say that's probably gonna be a hard one for the drivers, especially as tires wear. That being said, 110 laps as opposed to maybe a 100 lap race and 75% fuel load. What is the strategic plan for the 23? I guess.
I'm gonna pit when everybody else pits.
Hey.
I'm not. I don't play the game enough to do. I don't play iRacing enough to do my own strategy. I have no idea what the strategy is.
Hey.
So whoever's in the front, that's who I'm pitting with.
Fair enough. That being said, best of luck to you, and who knows, we might just be talking to you later on.
We'll see.
Right on. Good luck.
Thank you.
That was driver of the number 23, Ben Park. Yeah, one of my F1 drivers trying his hand at iRacing. Now he's not new to he's not new to NASCAR in any way, shape, or form of that. But that's the league racing I associate him most with is Formula One. I don't think he's done many NASCAR races before joining the series a couple weeks ago back at Bristol. That being said, before we get on with qualifying, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at our playoff standings coming into today. And there you see Malico top with 2 wins over Max Service, Adrian Schumacher, then Andrew Pratt, Josh McClune, Tyler Markle, Seth Berger, Garrett Velzy. They're all locked in. Their names are in red. Then you see on the right-hand side of your screen, Jeremiah Stutzman is the highest driver in points without a win, followed by Devin Smith, Kyle Lingerfeld. Jeremiah Stutzman, Devin Smith, they have a pretty good margin. They just got to keep adding to that and keep it at a decent margin to where they get later into the season if they don't win a race, which they are very much capable of winning a race. Who knows, they could win today at Michigan. But if they don't win a race, they want to keep those margins pretty high to the cutoff line, which is right now at a 3-way tie for the 12th position. We have 13 drivers who make the playoffs, and 12th place Jason Miz, 13th place Kevin Thompson, and 14th place James Gilliard are tied at 348 points apiece. So you see the cutoffs there. Andrew St. Cour, who has been really turning it up, he could enter the mix. He's only 15 back, and Doug Solms has made almost every event. If he hasn't, I believe he's made every event, and he's pretty up there in the points as well. So a lot of points to go around and a lot of scenarios for these drivers as we enter we're wrapping up the first third of the season, and the second third is where playoff scenarios are really going to pick up. And that being said, we're going to be right back to the action here at the Legacy Michigan International Speedway. Don't you go away. We'll be right back with the qualifying action in just a moment. Welcome back, race fans, to the Legacy Michigan International Speedway. We are getting ready to go here in qualifying. And Yeah, look at this lovely view of the Michigan International Speedway. We'll take the logo off just for a second as the blimp pans around. There's never a blimp on your screen. Don't mind that blimp. It's just getting other shots now. But nonetheless, look at this. It is a beautiful facility that Roger Penske has maintained since the 70s. And don't forget, Laps for Charity. We start the broadcast 30 minutes early. Final 30 minutes of practice being broadcasted here on the Outlaws Sim Series. Today's charity is the Jimmy Johnson Foundation as he enters his final full-time NASCAR Cup Series start this weekend at Phoenix Raceway. This is here in Michigan, you know, the week before his final start. A track that he's notoriously ran the Jimmy Johnson Foundation car. And, yeah, one of my favorite drivers. My favorite driver. I should stop saying one of my favorites because he is absolutely the driver who's gotten me attached to motorsport. And probably the whole reason I'm even here right now doing this broadcast reel. The lovely fans that join us week in and week out. And yeah, so if you have the heart and are financially able to, donate to the Jimmy Johnson Foundation this week. It would be much appreciated. Any money collected from the start of this broadcast to the end of this broadcast will be donated straight to the Jimmy Johnson Foundation. And that, well, you can actually donate at any time because the donation button's on our Facebook page on the recent posts about today's race. All of them there. You can check it out on Facebook at the Outlaws Sim Series, and that Facebook link will pop up on your screen shortly. And yes, of course, that I think is the most legit way to see that all the money goes straight to those charities. That being said, we've hit up the charity, we've hit up the playoff standings. We finished up practice, right? I have to see. Nope, we don't. I mean, we did, but we don't have the results up. But we are in qualifying, and the times are going across your screen there. There's 7 minutes remaining. Lyndon Cardula top of the charts. Joseph Kossi goes second on his first lap, and let's see if we can join Kossi on board here, or not on board, but there he is on your screen. Get the dashboard going on your right-hand side. Malika's gone off the track in his qualifying. Let's see what he did. This is probably post his second lap. He was done. That is Joseph Kossi. That's not Malika. Did he wreck coming to the line on his lap, or did he wreck after his lap? We'll see here. I guess he was just messing around. But what a paint scheme. You know, he's a Kyle Busch fan in real life, so to see him in a Jimmy Johnson scheme is crazy to me. But yeah, Kossi's finished up his lap. He will be second quickest. Let's turn it up with Adam Gardner, who is currently on a lap right now. Oh, he was pushing really hard in 1 and 2. Almost got the wall. He's really rocking down the back straightaway. But as Adam Gardner comes round, he will clock in at 7th quickest, and those times are resetting across your screen. Let's see if we can find Andrew St. Cyr on lap. Let's see here. So far his first lap, 39.7. And it is an improvement to 9th. So good on Andrew St. Cyr. Not exactly what he was expecting, but an improvement is an improvement. How about Benjamin Park? Oh, into the outside wall. Big hit there on his lap. He set 1 lap. That puts him 15th quickest. Man, that is rough. And that is going to do Ben Park's lap in. Let's see Kyle Lingerfeld. I know he's got fans going here. Speaking of fans, want to say at least Matthew Shaddix has commented on broadcast. Feels good to be able to watch again. Glad you're here, Matthew, and joining us today on a Wednesday. Kyle Lingerfeld currently on his first lap. And if you're you're on broadcast, if you're in the chat, please come and drop some comments. We're able to watch them. Whoa, Lingerfeld almost getting the wall there off of turn 4. Kyle Lingerfeld to the start finish line. His first time lap puts him 17th. Oh no, so he'll be looking to improve on that. I don't know why I say that with, as that's news. You would want to improve on a lap like that for sure. 17th is not where you want to be on a track that is notorious for packs and not notorious for large wrecks, but if one happens at the front and you're in the pack, it is looking bad for you. But you want to, if you're a driver, you want to get your time in early because the track is warming up, the sun is coming up, the track is at its fastest the earlier you set a time. But Kyle Lingerfeld comes across the start finish line, he improves, only the 17th quickest. Let's see who else is on track. Seth Berger. Is he on a cooldown lap? He's on a cooldown lap, but he's 6th quickest. I know Burger Nation is ready to rock. We still have times yet to be taken from Kevin Thompson, Jacob Zala, Doug Solms, Daniel Park, and Garrett Velzy. Right now, Landon Cardulo is our current pole sitter at the moment. He's ran a, oh goodness, what was that? My apologies there. Landon Cardulo is our pole sitter at 39.323. And Joseph Cassi, one of the competitors we were looking to really turn up the wick here in qualifying. He's going 2nd, and with 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining, it looks like that's what we're going to end up with on the chart. So those will continue to roll across the top of your I do want to talk about last week's results. I don't have a graphic for it, but last week's results are official. Last week's 2 weeks ago, we ran the New Hampshire Motor Speedway race, and that ended under yellow. It was not necessarily supposed to, but once drivers slowed down, we must, take the order at the time. Caution should have been called, and Andrew Pratt was out in front in that, followed by Kyle Lingerfeld, Jeremiah Stutzman. Devin Smith finished 4th. Max Service finished 5th. Joshua Balliet finished 6th. Tyler Markle finished 7th. Joshua McClune finished 8th. Kevin Thompson finished 9th. From then on, it was Adam Gardner 10th. He was a lap down to the field, followed by Andrew St. Cor, Doug Solms, Seth Berger, Adrian Schumacher, Landon Cardula, who had the fastest lap, Daniel Park, Brandon Richardson, Eric Peck, James Gilliard, Benjamin Park, Jason Miz, Garrett Velzy, the 22 drivers there. And of course, the point standings I showed you earlier will show them once again. The point standings, they are up to date on your screen there. That is including New Hampshire. So take another good look at them. Of course, Malenko, Max Service, Adrian Schumacher side at the top of the playoff standings. Do they improve is the question, or does somebody join them at 2 wins? Do we get a first-time winner? Do we have somebody outside? Thank you, Matthew. I tried, okay? I've tried for weeks. But Burger Nation is here and ready from Rebecca Berger. Carrie Young says, loves these races. Go number 77. And Seth Berger right now 7th on the playoff standings, but locked in to the playoffs at the moment. Another win would for sure facilitate a playoff ticket as we work to start race number 12 of 36 today. We are at the 1/3 mark, qualifying, drawing to a close, 10 minutes remaining. And so we just bring you the sights and sounds from the Michigan International Speedway. Wait for the grid to be finalized, though. It will be Landon Cardulo on the Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award. Winning the Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award, and we'll go ahead and we'll show you the grid now. There it is on your screen. Landon Cardulo, they're inverse of what they would line up on the starting, well, on the formation lap as, but Landon Cardulo on pole. Alongside of him, Joseph Cassi. Row number 2, Malenko and Jeremiah Stutzman. Row number 3, Joshua McClune and Seth Berger. Row number 4, Max Service, James Gilliard. Row number 5, Tyler Markle, Adam Gardner. Row 6, Jason Miz, Andrew St. Cyr. Row 7, Adrian Schumacher, Reese Schaefer making his first start in the Outlaws Sim Series. Row number 8, Brandon Richardson, Devin Smith. Row number 9, Kyle Lingerfeld and Benjamin Park. Row 10, we find drivers who did not set times. Daniel Park, Kevin Thompson. Row number 11, Doug Solms, Garrett Velzy. Row number 12, Jacob Zala. We have practice results finally. So here's how they practiced on your screen here. And you see Joseph Kelsey, top of the practice boards over Malenko, Landon Cardullo, Andrew St. Cyr, Reese Schaefer, Benjamin Park, Seth Berger, Tyler Markle, Adam Gardner, and James Gilliard. Those are the practice results. Now we bring up your race info. And there's the track map right there. It's a 110 lap race, 75% fuel load with 6 sets of tires. There's no fast repairs today and unlimited green, white, checkered attempts. Should it, I guess, be called within reason. Within a reasonable amount of time to the start-finish line before the white flag. See the track temps there. 69 degrees Fahrenheit, 91% humidity. It's a cloudy day and only 6 mile per hour winds. 2 mile track. Track temp 70 degrees, so not much hotter than the ambient. And that is because it is still morning time here in Brooklyn, Michigan. 1,000 feet above sea level as the field rolls off on their formation laps. It is time to get ready to go. Landon Cardullo on the front row with Joseph Kelsey. I guess that'll update across your screen. But, yeah, we're getting ready to rock here at Michigan. 110 laps, 220 miles. Sean Thompson says, good luck. Kevin Thompson, number 89. Matthew, my friend, I laughed when you messed it up. It was entertaining. Well, I'm glad I made you laugh. It was not the way I intended to entertain you, but I guess something, right? Any entertainment at this point is, you know, appreciated enough. Sean Thompson says, bring it home like my Dodgers did. The Dodgers did bring it home against the Tampa Bay Rays. That was a nail-biter of a series to witness. Up in Arlington, Texas, that was only, 4 hours away from me in the same state. Gosh, Texas is so big. Everything is bigger in Texas, including the NASCAR Cup Series race lengths. That's a story for another day. But as the field rounds turns 3 and 4 at the Legacy Michigan International Speedway, VIRacing.com, Ford Mustang pace car pulls off into the safety of pit lane, and the number 8 of Landon Cardullo will restart this race. Green flag in the air. We're racing at Michigan. Cardullo with a wide line. Malenko able to get to the inside of Joseph Kelsey as they fight early here. On the back stretch, Kelsey really close to that outside wall. Malenko will file into third. Again, dicey back here. How about Josh McClune working his way to the inside now? The number 71 of Jeremiah Stutzman. Malenko falling into the clutches of the pack as Cardullo opens up a gap. We work lap 2 of 110 now. Only 109 laps to go. Remember, 75% fuel load. We'll see these drivers pit a little bit quicker than they would, in a real NASCAR Xfinity Series race. Malenko now trying to fend off Joshua McClune, who's on the uptick. He's up a spot from where he started. He continues to rise. Stutzman is who he replaced. Seth Berger, Max Service, they trade spots behind them. 2 of the fastest drivers. They're mired back in traffic a little bit to start today's race. I'm sure 2 strong drivers like them will work their way forward in no time. Back up front, Landon Cardullo already to a large gap. Look at this. He's working up to a second gap over Joseph Kelsey, but here's where the fun starts. Stutzman now under attack from Seth Berger. Jeremiah Stutzman, remember, the highest driver in points to not win a race. So expecting Jeremiah Stutzman to perform a little bit better today and really get himself into the playoff hunt. But everybody starts to single out a little bit. Find what's exciting back here. James Gilliard, the battle for 10th. Reese Schaefer, highest I rating in the field. He's working his way up to the front. Let's ride on board with Reese Schaefer and see of a lap around the Michigan International Speedway, the Legacy version. See Reese, he's actually in a battle right now, so this won't be a preferred lap. But look at that sun off of turn 2. It is blinding to these drivers. This is only what we can see. The drivers, of course, they have visors, of course, but you didn't pick and choose your battles. The visors, you want them to be tinted for when the sun is out, but when it's not sunny, it is very hard to see. So you have to pick and choose your visors. Can you switch to mid-race? Of course, that is, the real driver at SOC. That would be what drivers in real life would be going on in the sim. You kind of have to just deal with it. But Reese Schaefer now, he'll be in the draft. Be looking, maybe make an overtake on the 24. Look at this wide arc. We'll dive down to the inside of the 24. This is the kind of the preferred line. A little low, I'd say. On fresh tires, you can run that, but on old tires, you want to be running that second groove. Then down the back, right up against that outside wall. You see 3 of them buzzing by you a million times over on the right-hand side as the battle between Service and Markle happens in front. There's a battle, I believe that's for second, that just went on. Or no, that's for third. McClune just got back by Malenko. Keep on for the onboard for the lap here in Michigan. Now 2 Michiganders side by side. Schaefer and Markle, they go at it in Michigan for the 9th position, for the 8th position actually, and that is a lap at Michigan. We'll find our way back up to Josh McClune. Let's look at how this battle went down. Let's take a look at it. This is McClune working over Malenko. He finally just had the inside line. Malenko fought back on the outside, but McClune cleared him in the center of the corner, and that was a done deal. You'll go back to the live coverage, and Pam Williams says, go Seth. Charles Palmer says, hi. Sean Thompson says, not like my Dallas Cowboys. Oh, no. That is, it's been a rough story what's going on to the Dallas Cowboys right now. They're on their 3rd quarterback. Dak Prescott, Andy Dalton, 2 good quarterbacks out for a bit. I think Dalton will come back soon with a concussion. I'm not entirely sure what the status is. I haven't been following as much as I should be following the NFL. Mark Berger says, go number 77. You got this. And Annabelle Ellis says, go number 8. Woo. Love to see it. Landon getting the support. And, well, I mean, any support is much appreciated. But let's look at the back bumper. He has got it made. Now, the question is, can he maintain the life of his tires to maintain this advantage? Because what he's doing right now is opening up a great advantage, but is he using up the tires? And him using up the tires, does that put him at risk to be eaten up by drivers who have saved tires on the longer run? I guess that remains to be a question for another day, but find our way back here to James Gilliard in the thick of it. Tyler Markle dropping back a little bit more than what we were expecting. Jeremiah Stutzman has been working his way forward. He's clear of Max Service. He works his way to Seth Berger. This is a little trio right here that's very fast week in, week out. But right now, 5th, 6th, and 7th, not what we expect from these drivers. Here's the battle for 5th between these 3. And Max Service, I'm sorry, working over the back bumper to 71 now. Malenko falling into the clutches of this battle a little bit as Josh McClune breaks away from them. McClune on his own, he's trying to catch up to Joseph Kossi. This is a little battle that has been brewing. I'd say 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Malenko's dropped a little ways back, but McClune trying to catch Kossi. This for 2nd, all behind Landon Cardullo. Tyler Markle really falling deep into the thick of the pack. He's now down to 12th position, -3 from where he started. And guess what? The drivers who've made the most spots up, Reese Schaefer started 5th. I'm sorry, he started 14th. He's up 5 spots from where he started, and he's in P9. The other driver to make up 5 spots, Benjamin Park. He's actually just lost a spot now to Adam Gardner, but he's in the battle right now. Benjamin Park started 18th. He's up to 14th in the battle for 13th. Also, Garrett Velzy started towards the back of the pack. He's up 4 spots from where he started. So a lot of moves going forward. In the inverse, Kyle Lingerfeld down 4 spots from where he started. Adam Gardner, -3. Andrew St. Cyr, -4. Not going good for those drivers. Benjamin Park now looking to make an overtake on Adam Gardner. This goes on for 13th. As the front runner starts to string out 11 laps in. Reese is now on the move. We'll take a look at this battle, or I'm sorry, this pass for the 8th position. He's working to the inside of Jason. And he just, this is going to be most of your overtakes today. It's just going to be getting the line and keeping the momentum on the inside. Keeping the momentum on the inside wears out the tires, but is the payoff worth it to wear out the tires? Now Devin Smith goes by Adrian Schumacher. We find our way back live, and we'll find our way back to Landon Cardullo. And he is building up the gap. Let's just look at the lap time comparison if we can. Yeah, we can look at that. Him and Kossi. He continues to gain on Kossi. Wait for Kossi's lap time across the start-finish line. No, Kossi's closing on Cardullo, actually. That's my apologies. Yeah, Kossi is now starting to close that gap on Landon Cardullo. Nothing to be alarmed at just yet. Could it be Cardullo saving tires, or did Cardullo waste his tires? That's a question for another day, I would assume. You see there the lap delta, Cardullo over Kossi. And as the gaps they hold. Landon Cardullo doing a fine job. We find our way back here. Oh, to this battle. Oh, what a battle we've got going on. This is not for 6th. This is actually for 5th. But, Stutzman working on Seth Berger. Oh, that was not what was intended there. There we go. The battle for 5th there. Seth Berger under attack from Stutzman. But now here comes Malenko into the mix. This is actually got to shift forward a little bit. We'll have, I guess, 5 drivers included. No, it goes forward. I don't know what. There it goes. Refreshes forward. It goes backwards. Does it want 6? Here we go. It's a battle for 4th. The battle for 4th is growing, and it now moves to the battle for 2nd. I am lost here. But anyway, Malenko under attack from these drivers who really reeled him in. Seth Berger closing the gap on Malenko. Jeremiah Stutzman, Max Service. 4 drivers we talk about week in, week out are all back here. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Not in their usual positions to see them in either. This is not usual for them. But anyway, they're at it. And Seth Berger now, he gets a good run on Malenko. Malenko got to get off the gas. And now Seth Berger to the inside. This for the 4th position, side by side, double wide between these drivers. Seth Berger will clear to the 4th position. And now Max Service involved to the inside of Malenko. The leader, Landon Cardullo, under heavy attack from Joseph Kossi as they single out back there. Cardullo now under pressure from Joseph Kossi. Cardullo, drivers with the highest I ratings in the field going at it, and Cardullo might have wasted his tires because here comes Joseph Kossi. Side by side, V8 and V88, Joseph Kossi leads across the start-finish line. Cardullo's going to fight hard here, but how hard can he fight? We're right on board with Cardullo now as he works his way to the back bumper of the 88. Has he worn out the tires? Oh, he's gotten into the wall. Oh, no. And that is tough. Kossi's just going to drive away. That damage, that is going to hurt. And we stay with him. Cardullo's going to try, but I think he's really shredding the tires now. Malenko's been passed by the trio. That is, Seth Berger's also broken away from them, so now it leaves Service and Stutzman to duke it out for 5th. Reese Schaefer has been on a mission. Here he goes on Malenko. Reese Schaefer trying to get 7 from car 7. in the 17 car. He works to the inside, and Schaefer, has he been using his tires or has he been tactical with the use? Schaefer still powering up the inside. Oh, Jace Gilliard out of nowhere takes the both of them. Oh my goodness, and here comes Schaefer back to the inside. And Tyler Markle involved in this as well. What a battle that's going on here. Gilliard tries to cross over Schaefer. Here comes Tyler Markle as Malenko just gets shredded by the three of them. We almost expected this out of Malenko. He is not known for saving his tires. But here comes Gilliard on Schaefer. The fight back is here. Tyler Markle, 2 Michiganders and a Floridian. Pretty sure I should double check on James Gilliard, shouldn't I? It is a Floridian. But Schaefer continuing to try to outduel the 33 from the outside. That is a tough task in its own. But they continue to duke it out down the back. Gilliard still fights hard to the inside on Schaefer. Here comes Tyler Markle to the inside. They're going to go 3 wide for 7th. Tyler trying to work to the inside of Gilliard. On lap 21, Tyler fighting hard for this position. Can he get a 2-for-1 special into turn 1? Tyler's going to make contact with Gilliard. Gilliard, he slides. What a save from James Gilliard. What a save. What a save. Wow, I cannot believe that. We got to get a replay as they continue the battle. We'll join it real quick right after. But they're going 3 wide down the straightaway. Gilliard under attack from both Tyler Markle and Reese Schaefer. We'll get actually a different view coming into the corner. And Tyler slides and hits Gilliard. And what a save. We'll go back live because this continues to be a hot battle. So they continue to duke it out here. Schaefer is pulling away now from Malenko. Now Gilliard under attack from Gardner, Markle, and is that Jason Miz back here as well. Oh, McClune just passed Cardullo for 2nd. A service passes Seth Berger for 4th. So this goes on in the same frame. Look at it here. McClune, he clears Cardullo the same time right behind them. Service clears Seth Berger. Wow. Intense stuff going on there. It continues to be up here. The action. McClune ahead of Cardullo, Max Service, Seth Berger, Jeremiah Stutzman. Mark Berger says LWI watching go number 77. Service on Cardullo. This. We pan away. Cardullo under attack. This is for 3rd for Max Service. Service trying to clear Cardullo into 1. Cardullo's going to fight back. Can he get to the bumper? We're going to nose to the tail. Service holds on. Cardullo fights back down the back straight. Cardullo now looks high. Falls back in line. Can he send it low? He'll stay as we work 25 of 110. Tires starting to become an issue. How much fuel do these drivers have? It's starting to become a question. And now Service. Can he make his way round to second position? Service sends it up the inside of the 18. This all goes on 2.5 seconds back of Joseph Kossi in the 88. Cody Vreeland says, go Malenko, woo. Right on. Here comes Service back to the inside. Way down low. Service trying to use the side draft effect. Down the front straightaway they go. Max Service, can he complete the pass? Around the outside. McClune holds on, and here comes Cardullo back again. Service, the Canadian, works his way back to the back bumper, the 18. What does he do when he gets to him? He got the run. Down the straightaway we go. Service backs off early there as Adam Gardner hits the pit lane. Continue to watch that. Adam Gardner, he is in. No damage to that car, so this looks scheduled. On our way back to this battle for second as that goes on. It was a 15-second stop. Here comes Service back on McClune as Seth Berger still holds the... Well, actually, Landon Cardillo's falling back, and now Ben Park hits the pit lane. Dan Park hits the pit lane. The Park brothers are in. And we're back up front, though. In this 5-car battle for a second. McClune now opening up the gap. Do they start to work on coming to pit road? It looks like it. And McClune, McClune's coming in. And these 4 stay out. Now Josh McClune pits. And now Kevin Thompson pits as well. Back to this battle up front. At Max Service holds over Seth Berger, Jeremiah Stutzman, and Landon Cardullo. I am wondering, does Cardullo try to come in earlier? And now Reese Schaefer, highest I rating in the field. He is in. Malenko is in. Here comes Jason Miz and Braden Richardson. So Malenko, Miz, Schaefer, Richardson. What a combination on the pit lane. Down and away. Here comes Joseph Kossi. The race leader's in. Looks like Jeremiah Stutzman will stay out, but Service, Seth Berger come in together. Here comes Tyler Merkel. Looks like Cardullo's coming in as well. A lot of drivers are in. Cardullo, is he out of fuel? I think Cardullo's out of fuel. Oh no, Cardullo ran it dry. Anyway, a lot of drivers are in. Solms parks it in his stall there. You got Kossi, Service, Berger, Markle, and more. Gilliard, Schumacher, Smith is in. Stutzman heads in now. Cardullo will make it to the stall, but man, oh man. Slide. He does make it in. Anyway, Stutzman is in now. Schumacher leaves. Cardullo, Solms, they're all heading out. So where does McClune come out in relation to Stutzman? McClune jumped Kossi. And McClune takes over the race lead. New race leader, Josh McClune from Pennsylvania. Reese Schaefer in third with his early stop. Followed by Max Service. Seth Berger. Jeremiah Stutzman still rejoining the track. Adam Gardner, a good indent into the lead, or into the positioning. Malenko in P8. Tyler Markle, P9. Jason Miz, P10. Landon Cardullo a lap down. The 22nd position. That really hurts. Stretched it a little too far for Cardullo. Now Josh McClune leads with a healthy margin. We keep it here. This is Seth Berger. And Berger right now riding in 5th. We'll find our way back to Malenko. Who is he under pressure from? Tyler Markle, I guess, because I think that's Smith behind him that isn't showing up on scoring. No, that's not Smith. That's Solms. My apologies there. Yeah, Matthew Shattuck says Rich has moved a few spots. Let us take a look at where Richardson ended up, and Richardson did it. He made it to 12. Yeah, he did move up. I cannot speak. Move up a few spots. Yeah, I wonder who he got. He did get Cardullo. Where did Smith end? Where was Smith before? Smith was not doing too hot. But yeah, so Richardson is making his way through the field, and if he keeps it clean, he might squeak out a top 10 here right now, riding in 12. That is far from impossible. Right now, McClune tries to hold off Joseph Kossi. Take a look at the comments. Dennis Montez says, go 77 LWI. Cody says, look at Malenko, man, so inspirational. Jacob says, Malenko 2020. Shaddix, before he pit, he got the 13th. Oh, okay. Yeah, he is actually, hey, Richardson, where is he from where he started? Richardson is up 3 spots from where he started, right. So he did make up a couple spots. You're right there. So we keep our eyes on this battle for the lead because it still is a battle. It's not going away. It is half a second right now, the gap between them. And, look at the lap time history between Kossi and McClune. McClune has been losing to Kossi each lap. Once again, McClune chasing. I'm sorry, Kossi chasing Josh McClune. I'm glad I can say your name right, because I apparently could not say Brandon's name for the life of me for, well, about 12 weeks. Matthew. Okay, from 17th to 13th, and Richardson, he is not done yet. He still moves to the field, but this battle for the lead, we keep our eyes on it for now. And once again, Kossi with the slipstream now. He is there. Kelsey trying to deny McClune another win. Kelsey not really in the run for the playoffs. If he takes a win, it's just for personal benefit. It does not guarantee him a spot into the playoffs. But here comes Joseph Kelsey on Joshua McClune to the inside. Does he try the side draft down the straightaway? And Kelsey, can he edge out at the scoring loop? He does. McClune, he tries the crossover though. Can it work? McClune fights back to the inside. This is going to shred the right front tire. Does it work? Down the back straightaway we go. They are side by side. Looks like Kelsey has it, but McClune tries to fight back on the inside. Still side by side between the top two. McClune fighting back hard, but that could be all she wrote for now. On lap 41 of 110. Kelsey does clear McClune, and with great confidence, we fall back here. Viss. Battle for 7th between Malenko and Marco. Now we find our way back to the battle for 9 between Miz and... Okay, let's go, iRacing. Help me out here. Reese Schaefer now. He's about 6/10 behind McClune. Okay, iRacing. Let's pick a battle here, right? Just kind of clicking around, I guess. But this battle for 9th, we'll see Jason Miz here. He tries to shoot to the inside of Gardner with some confidence, and he will get clear for 9th. And Solms, that's a lapper behind them. That is trying to interfere with this battle. Not interfering, but trying to get into it. And Miz clears. Now Malenko still under attack from Tyler Markle. 2 Jimmy Johnson liveries here. I believe one is obviously the red vest car from 2014, and the other, oh goodness, is that from 09 or 07? That's 07. The silver Cobalt car. I'm a Jimmy Johnson fan. I should know this. It is from that era, though. Somewhere between 06 and 09. Can't guarantee that. But to the inside comes Tyler Markle. Markle right now has the edge, entering the corner. And Markle not clear yet. Malenko fights back on the outside, but Markle's clear now. Can Malenko cross him over? Malenko actually fights back still on the outside. And Markle is clear of Malenko. Schaefer actually lost a spot to Max Service on a run. Remember, Service was on the run before we even hit pit stops. Well, when these drivers pitted, it was lap 30 or so. So we expect pit stops on 60. And then 90, they can go to the end. Right on board with Max Service, who's sat 3rd right now. Driver of the number 81 Jimmy Johnson Foundation Camaro, and of course Jimmy Johnson Foundation. That is the charity this week for Laps for Charity. Each broadcast we start about 30 minutes before the race. We get the final 30 minutes of practice broadcasted, and exchange we do driver interviews, and we shout out a different charity each week. This week being the week before Jimmy Johnson's final NASCAR Cup Series full-time start. We decided it was the Jimmy Johnson Foundation for this week. Also, with it being Michigan, a track that he generally ran the Jimmy Johnson Foundation livery. And glad to see Max Service on board with that. That is the, that's an older one. That is from this, I think that's 09's Jimmy Johnson Foundation card. I love them all. But check in the comments again as this battle continues between McClune and Service for 2nd. Cody Vreeland says, slide job! Slide job! And Dale Jr.'s famously followed up with, almost. Jacob Rose says, get away from baby Markle. From my baby Markle. Oh, goodness. That's a whole group of friends there, and we'll leave it be. But nah, nonetheless, very happy that they're here in the broadcast. Make it a little bit more entertaining for me here on my second monitor as we can continue to watch Service pile on the pressure on McClune as Reese Schaefer joins this battle as well to make it a 3-car battle. Oh! McClune hits the wall! He holds on to it. Oh my goodness. That was definitely a big moment. Josh McClune hitting the wall there off of here, remember, off of turn 2. We'll go back to it here. This is McClune getting tight, and he just kisses the wall with his right rear quarter. He holds on to it, but he falls back behind Service and Schaefer. And now Schaefer tries to close the gap now to Max Service. Reese Schaefer pitted 1 lap sooner than Max Service, so Service could be pulling the gap here on Schaefer, and it looks to be that way. Take a look at the lap times between the two. And yeah, well, actually Schaefer's gaining on Service. So this is definitely a battle to watch. Reese Schaefer is again the driver with the highest I rating in the field. It is all there. Schaefer closing in on Service. A little bit. It was a good lap on lap 47. Lap 40 was very, very minimal gain. We'll see this time across the start-finish line. Service runs still slower, but very little margin. $60 laps to go, or 61 laps to go. This time by the start-finish line will be 60 for Joseph Kelsey, who's up the road a good 2 seconds or so. Actually, is it? I was gonna say, you see that faint dot? No, he's the next up. He's the dot closer to the 81, who's just out in front of the 17. Schaefer continuing to close that gap. He's now really eating in to the gap the 81 of Max Service holds. I'm not even going to say that one. Schaefer following in the tire tracks of Service. And here's the thing, this is dirty air with these boxy cars. Very, very hard to suck up and make a big pass. I mean, this could be a lap where Service actually gains. It is a lap Service gains on Schaefer by almost 3,000ths of a second, or sorry, almost 300ths of a second, 26 1,000ths. That lap Service was better than Schaefer. That time, Reese gained a lot. That was a good lap. 42 1,000ths in the favor of Schaefer. Recap of the first 30 laps? Sure. When this battle settles out a little bit, we will recap the first 30 laps. Not too much went on, but we'll get to it. Yeah, I'll start preparing that. And, well, we'll do it actually after pit stops because Kevin Thompson has made his way to pit road along with Garrett Velzy. So pit stops beginning this time around. And we're back to the battle for second. So after this round of pit stops, we will recap the first 30 laps. We'll recap the entire race up to the halfway mark. As Velzy leaves the pit lane, now falls behind Cardula. Cardula hoping for a yellow. Cardula's going to try to stay out as long as he can and hope for a yellow. But Schaefer still trying to find a way around Max Service as Joseph Kelsey has lapped our two-time race winner in that 82 car, Adrian Schumacher. This is a battle that is getting hot, and now that's Andrew St. Cyr hitting the pit lane. Now we're back to second as the other goes across the pit lane now. Andrew St. Cyr, the third driver on this round to stop to hit the pit lane. Adam Gardner is in. How will the lap car of Adrian Schumacher come into play with these two drivers? Schaefer still trying to find a way around Service. This is going to be imperative when these two drivers pit, because can Schaefer try to pull an undercut on Service, and then will Service have a good time trying to get around Reese Schaefer as Malenko hits the pit lane? I'm fumbling around it. There's Malenko hitting the pit lane. Sure he doesn't speed, coming into the stall. Find a way back. As Service and Schaefer work their way past the lap car of Adrian Schumacher. One of the parks are in. That's Ben Park. Oh, we're 3 wide back here. Stick with it for a second. Here's Ben Park entering the pit lane. Find a stall. It is that stall. And now Jason Miz enters the pit lane. Still have yet to have a yellow in today's race. 58 laps in. And that was expected today at Michigan. Very, very long green flag run. Schaefer lining up. Service. Brandon Richardson and Doug Solms, Josh McClune enter the pit lane. Needs to continue to duke it out. It is tough to pass here, and that is being displayed here. Seth Berger, Josh McClune were going at it a bit as well. Seth Berger ended up on top in that battle. I know the Seth Berger fans are a little disappointed we didn't catch that, so my apologies there. But was expecting a little bit more out of the battle for second, and this is Dan Park in the pit lane now. Damage to that number 1 car. Schaefer still pulling down to the inside, trying to shortcut the track as much as he can on that front straightaway. That is legal with 50 laps to go. What these drivers are going to try to do here is pit now and split the rest of the race in half, possibly. Or what the drivers pitting early were doing. We're doing this race in reverse and pitting as soon as the pit window opened. James Gilliard now in as well. Schaefer got around service there. Take a look at how it happened. Once again, this is Schaefer up the inside on service, and he finally had the line and cleared him right before pit stops. And Joseph Cossey's now into the pit lane along with Max Service, so we got some catching up to do. Reese Schaefer is in as well. The top three are in. See what their pit stops compared to. As Seth Berger takes over the race lead, battling the lap car of Malenko, trying to unlap himself. Jeremiah Stutzman in second there. And Tyler Markle in third. We find our way back to pit lane, though, as the leaders are in. Somebody gets the wall back there. That's Landon Cardulo in the back of your screen. And Daniel Park still in the pit box. Down and away is Schaefer. Service, they'll be racing on eggs, I think. Service is going to get Schaefer, yep. And now Seth Berger hits the pit lane, which leaves Jeremiah Stutzman out as the race leader. Devin Smith is in. Dan Park is still in the pit lane, but Seth Berger, there he is. So Jeremiah Stutzman stretching the field as long as he can. Kyle Lingerfelt now in from fourth. Stutzman stays out. Here comes Tyler Markle. Can Stutzman cut a pit stop? No, it's not possible. I'm guessing Stutzman's just trying to hope for a yellow at this point. That's probably his best bet. Adrian Schumacher is in. Landon Cardulo is in. He's a lap down. And Tyler Markle from second. Dan Park is still in the pit lane, but there's Stutzman battling Ben Park. Looks like Stutzman's coming this time. And Stutzman is coming. And it was a 91-second stop for Dan Park. He is down and away. Stutzman's it, and he blinked out. But oh no. Hopefully he can stay in. Race leader having trouble with connectivity. We'll let him be rescored. And we'll see what happens there. But Joseph Cossey right now holds on to the race lead. Reese Schaefer. Max Service is back here in theoretical fourth as McClune holds on to what he's got. Stutzman is getting service now. Cossey, Schaefer go by. McClune and Service. That's a battle right now for third. And we have now reached the halfway point of this race. Wait. No, that was 10 laps ago. I can math. That is for sure. I did not make a mistake at all. No, but Service back on McClune. And this is going to be a battle with the lap car here of Solms. Where does he go? Service clears McClune into the corner. And Solms now into the line, and Jeremiah Stutzman has crashed. Oh no. He spun off of turn 4 and onto pit lane. So he got loose, and he's blinking, so you can't really tell. Oh, and he got Schumacher as well. See if we can ride on board with Adrian Schumacher. That is a rough one. Schumacher. Oh no. That hurts. I mean, Schumacher was just avoiding Stutzman, and there's not much he could have done. And there's Adrian Schumacher. He's down in the running order. He's a lap down already to the leaders. He's back in 18th. He's behind Jason Miz there. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what we've got going on, and we can take a look at the initial start of this race. As the field came to green, it was Landon Cardullo up front. He cleared the melee. That was all of that. Landon Cardullo, he opened up the lead to quite a margin. See if you can see the margin here. It was growing lap after lap after lap after lap. And then he forgot tires were an issue. And Joseph Cossi chased Cardullo down. And here's the pass for the race lead. This was on lap 16. Cossi, Cardullo duking it out. And Cossi clears Cardullo. It wasn't too long afterwards that Cardullo was getting passed for second by Joshua McClune. At the same time, Max Service and Seth Berger are having a battle right behind. You can see both battles on your screen. The battle for second, the battle for fourth. And the same thing happens for both of them. Service clears Berger behind as McClune clears Cardullo. Then falls Service, passes Cardullo before pit stops. And then Service was on the hunt. We just saw him pass McClune after this second round of pit stops, but this was before the first round of stops. McClune, Service duking it out for second. Side by side with him. McClune powers around the outside. Service fell back in line and held on. And then pit stops occurred. Cardullo was then passed by Seth Berger. And everybody came into pit lane. McClune got passed by Joseph Cossi. He was chased down. Cossi's done the chasing today. This was lap 40. McClune fought back. But lap 40, tires were still pretty much fresh on Cossi. McClune shredded them. McClune will finally get cleared of Cossi in the turn when we fall back actually 20 laps prior. Forgot about this, but James Gilliard had quite the save. 3 wide into turn 1 on lap 21. Tyler Markles sends it in, makes contact with Gilliard, and Gilliard slides. And what a save from James Gilliard. And then Josh McClune made contact with the wall. Sorry, this was Max Service. No, when was this? Never mind, that was pit stops. Anyway, we come back. What went on from there? Well, Schaefer and McClune, that was a battle. Oh, here it was. This is what I meant to do originally. But Josh McClune caught the wall. Had a big moment. That was on lap 47. Reese fought and fought and fought, but finally on lap 61, he set up the pass on Max Service for second, coming into pit stops. Schaefer was clear, but he was being fought back from the 81. Lap 62, Service went off track. I think this was a wild ride. Really, really loose, but held on to it. From then on, Jeremiah Stutzman crashed. This was on lap 65, getting loose right in front of Adrian Schumacher. Schumacher hits the wall, and Stutzman spins to the safety of pit lane. And then Seth Berger passed Josh McClune for fourth. This was on lap 72. Seth Berger clears McClune. And that sets up where we are right now on lap 79. Joseph Kelsey holds the lead. Dan Park has entered and left the pit lane. Actually, no, Dan Park is still on pit lane. Stutzman's been in and out as well. There's our race leader. Reese Schaefer second. Max Service third. Seth Berger fourth. As we try to work our way through our final round of pit stops, and we're in it. And this can be a long round of pit stops to the end. If you made a modified league, would I commentate for you? Yeah, I guess. Depends when. I'm very busy right now. My schedule starts to free up actually after next week, I guess. So that would be that'd be something we could talk about later, though, Cody. 30 laps to go at Legacy, Michigan for the Outlaws Sim Series round number 12 of 36. And I remind you once again, coming into today, the playoff points on your screen there. Drivers were in. The 8 drivers on the left-hand side locked into the playoffs. Malenko, Service, Schumacher, Pratt, McClune, Markle, Berger, Velzy. The drivers who needed good point stays to get... the drivers who had a good points cushion coming into today. Jeremiah Stutzman, Devin Smith, both of them not having too good of a day. Kyle Lingerfeld being in the middle of the pack. Then you have Jason Miz, who's been running mid-pack. Kevin Thompson has been eating the day. And James Gilliard has actually been running pretty good. Gilliard could put himself into the playoffs at the moment. He's outside right now looking in. Andrew St. Cor 15th as well. And Doug Solms He just needs to really keep his wits about him, and he should be able to work his way in as well. But he needs a little bit more performance out of that number 13. And that's where we are right now at Michigan. Right now, drivers on the pit lane. One of the Park brothers and Landon Cardulo. They're in. It'll be Ben Park, Landon Cardulo. And with Joseph Kossi. I mean, man. What he has done to this field. We've expected this. We've been expecting this. There's actually a battle going on right now for 9th between Stutzman and Gardner. Never mind. That was Gardner coming into the pit lane. That would make a little bit more sense. And Gardner spins on pit entry, hitting the inside wall, and he's got to back up on pit lane. Working lap 84. Gardner was on the lead lap in the 12th position. Gardner spinning on pit entry. Let's see if we can get a look at it. He was just coming in way too hot. He locked at the brakes, tried not to speed, and spun into the wall. He had a lot of momentum coming in. It was not looking good for him. Head back live. He's in the pit lane with Kevin Thompson, Doug Solms, Landon Cardula still in the pit box. Malenko's in the pit lane, along with James Gilliard. Kevin Thompson in there as well. Andrew St. Cyr not having a bad day. Gilliard, Velzy, Gardner still in the pit lane. Not seen Velzy. Oh, he's slow into the box and a lot of damage. Miz is in. And Kossi puts a lap on Jason Miz. 25 laps to go at Michigan. The final round of pit stops underway on what has been a lean, clean, and green machine of a race. I don't know where I was quite going with that, but it's been a green race thus far. And now one of our front runners, they're coming in now. Josh McClune, heavyweight in this battle to try to undercut at a large margin back. So what does McClune make inroads on the battle? Kossi stays out, of course, over Reese Schaefer, Max Service, Seth Berger, Jeremiah Stutzman, even after spinning on the pit road right now in 5th. Well, Kossi's back here on the back straightaway, so Stutzman almost lapped. But the highest driver right now with a 3rd pit stop under their belt is Josh McClune, right now scored 9th. You see Richardson still has yet to pit. Lingerfeld, Markle still has yet to pit. Joseph Kossi is doing his thing. And Tyler Markle. What happened to Tyler? This was not what we expected, but Tyler just was not having a good day. He's not been fast today. And to Kossi and Reese Schaefer. Schaefer's been gaining on Kossi, but here comes Kossi now. Leaders in. And this makes Reese Schaefer stay out, hoping for a yellow. Max Service stays out. Seth Berger stays out. Maybe Schaefer, Service, can they take 2 tires and try to win this race that way? Can they go another 7 laps? And that'd be the next question. It's going to be tough, but Kossi is in. He's the only one in off the front runners. Reese Schaefer in his first start in the Outlaws Sim Series. Coming around to lead his second lap of his young Outlaws Sim Series career. "21 laps to go." And Kelsey, see out in front of Schaefer, did not even go a lap down to Reese Schaefer. That's huge. The Schaefer's probably going to have to stretch the tires and the fuel a little bit, maybe. But Schaefer was also gaining. How long does Schaefer go? I don't know what the strategy's going to be, but to win this race, Schaefer's got to do something different. Brandon Richardson's in. Reese Schaefer continues to lead. Over Max Service. Service back here. As actually we have more people coming in. Jeremiah Stutzman's in. Kyle Lingerfeld is in. And now, Max Service, Seth Berger, they are in. How long can Schaefer stay out? What strategy's going to pull? He is really losing time to Kelsey. Kelsey's already gained about 10 seconds on his set of tires. Schaefer can't stay out much longer, but second and third from where they just were, they're in. Kelsey's gone by. And now race leader Reese Schaefer's in. This might be too late to really make a difference. Schaefer maybe was just hoping for a yellow. Devin Smith is in. Joseph Kelsey comes through turns 3 and 4. Reese Schaefer is in the stall. He's getting left sides. So Reese Schaefer, pending a mistake from Joseph Kelsey, provided he doesn't make a mistake. Oh, Schaefer's out of the pit box. But provided Kelsey doesn't make a mistake, Reese Schaefer's not going to win this race. And now McClune, I think, is going to be racing Reese Schaefer on pit exit. There it is, right around. But Schaefer have the freshest tires. Maybe Schaefer's plan was to get the freshest tires and chase these drivers down. That could also be another plan that Schaefer could have had in mind. Max Service right now scored 4th. Seth Berger 5th. Somehow Malenko stays on the lead lap. He'll be P6. Tyler Markle winds back up on the lead lap in 7th. James Gilliard on the lead lap in P8. I guess we'll just go through the field now. Mikasi puts a lap on Doug Solms. And the last car on the lead lap is Jeremiah Stutzman. Right now running 10th. Actually, Ben Park is in the pit lane. Is Park trying a different strategy? So, you know, this is going to be Park's 4th stop. But Schumacher maybe trying to leg it out on some strategy. He's on his 3rd stop now. Somebody else still has yet to stop is Tyler Markle. Alright, Markle looks like he won't be in this position unless a yellow comes out to his aid. Tyler Markle still having yet to pit is huge. What is he trying to do? Don't really know. I want to thank everybody tuning in to the Outlaws Sim Series this evening. I know there's a lot of other things on people's minds, and the goal tonight was just for me to keep you entertained, maybe get you distracted from other said thing. Here comes Tyler Markle into the pit lane. So what Tyler Markle's strategies is going to vary and depend on what his pit stop is. With 15 laps to go, I can't see Tyler Markle really making any huge inroads. But Jeremiah Stutzman still holds the lead lap position to Joseph Cossey, and that's it. That's what it is. So Stutzman has some damage to that car. He's been around a time or two, and he's still on the lead lap. So that shows a lot about Jeremiah Stutzman. Again, the highest driver in the point standings without a win. He's going to bearing any drastic changes, and he has about a 8.5 second deficit to Jason Miz. It's looking pretty locked up here, and if he doesn't lag out. But right now, Jeremiah Stutzman in the 9th position, last car in the lead lap. On our way back to Jason Miz, trying to chase down James Gilliard. So this is a battle that's a brewing, and is not all set and done just yet. But Jason Miz has had a quiet day from the 8th position. James Gilliard rocking P7. If he can finish ahead of Jason Miz, that puts Gilliard into the playoff picture and into the top 13. Gilliard's got about 6.5 second deficit to Malenko. And Malenko kind of in his own world, 6 seconds behind the car ahead, 6 seconds ahead of the car behind. The car ahead, Seth Berger. Berger has not had the day we've expected, but a top 5 is still a great day. We just expect Seth Berger to really have the overall pace to really blow the doors off of drivers, but the competition gets steeper, and it has gotten steeper for Max Service as well. The other part of the trio, that is Seth Berger and Malenko, along with Max Service. Service, the Canadian, has had a pretty good day. He has been able to leg it with Schaefer and McClune. And at one point it was also Cossey, but Cossey's really outdone him. We'll get to him in a second, but Service has been able to leg it up, and he goes on McClune now. It is actually a battle for 3rd. Josh McClune falls back to 4th, being denied a podium here, maybe with 11 laps to go at Michigan. So Max Service clears for 3rd, and he has 6 laps fresher tires than Josh McClune. Something that's a brewing. Well, Reese Schaefer actually is 6 seconds up. We'll talk to Schaefer. We'll talk about Schaefer first, who's 7 seconds behind Joseph Cossey. The margins that Reese Schaefer has to make up if he's going to win this race aren't out of the realm of possibility. But he is going against probably one of the fastest drivers in the field. 2 of the highest I ratings of the field going at it. Joseph Cossey no longer is the highest. He's about the 3rd highest in the field, and Reese Schaefer the highest. And let's take a look at his lap time history compared to Joseph Cossey. And Cossey's been losing huge margins of time to Reese Schaefer. This is not out of the realm of possibility for Reese Schaefer to win this race. With 9 laps to go, the gap is now 6.2 seconds. And if Reese Schaefer can continue to gain the deficit, or to gain on the deficit he has to Joseph Cossey, this race is a different ball game. The gap, as we spoke, down the back straightaway, down to 5.8 seconds. It continues to close the more we talk about it. Joseph Cossey. What is Cossey doing? Is Cossey saving his tires? Or is Cossey running his race? 8 laps to go. What do you do if you're Cossey? That was actually one of the smallest gains that Schaefer's made in recent laps. But now for Schaefer to close the gap And for Schaefer to pass Joseph Kossi is a whole different thing. He's going to get to Kossi. If he does get to Kossi, he's going to get to him. And he's going to be in the dirty air. And it's going to be really hard to overtake. We saw how hard it was for Reese Schaefer to overtake Max Service. And who knows how the condition of Reese Schaefer's tires are trying to catch Joseph Kossi. And it's starting to stagnate a little bit. Maybe Schaefer's drawn up the most out of his tires. With 7 laps to go, it is now 0.3 of a second. That gap continues to close, but not at the rate Schaefer would like. 7 laps to go, 5.3 seconds that gap. We're on to 6 laps to go. Joseph Kossi trying to get his first win on the season. Reese Schaefer trying to get their first wins on his first win on the season. Neither of these drivers are going to be eligible for the playoffs based on how many starts they're going to make this season. Right now with 6 laps to go. Schaefer still gaining, but not enough. Schaefer needs to gain a second a lap at this point to even have a chance to win this race. Unless Kossi maybe makes a mistake. That's unlikely from Joseph Kossi. We continue to look at the lap times between the top 2. And this has been a pleasant, clean race. Who knows what the ending has in store. Seth Berger got by Josh McClune a couple laps ago. And this is McClune behind the lap car of Kyle Lingerfelt. And Seth Berger just took advantage of the lap car, used it as a pick to really reel his way by the 18 of Josh McClune. We continue to look at the lap margin there, but the gap not decreasing at the rate Reese would like. 4 laps to go. 8 miles left at Michigan. The gap, 4.5 seconds. It continues to close, but it's not closing quick enough. If Kossi keeps it clean, this race is his. If he can't keep it clean, we're talking a different ball game. Kossi needs to keep this car on track and off the wall. It's now staying stagnant at 4.5 seconds. Three laps to go. The gap has been decreasing. Again, not at the rate Schaefer would like, and at the rate Kossi does like. Not really worried about it anymore. If Kossi can drive 3 clean laps, it is looking good for him. And what a race it has been. To run 108 laps clean. You got 2 laps to go. There's a lot about these drivers. There's one incident. It was a single car spin. Maybe, if you thought about it, maybe could have brought out a yellow, and even then shouldn't have brought out a yellow, and it didn't. It really didn't. But if you think about it, there is very few incidents that even considered being a threat to this race running green. There's a battle going on for 7th. And we'll take a look at that right before Joseph Kossi comes around to take the white flag. That's going side by side. They have 2 laps to go. But Joseph Kossi starts the final lap here at Michigan. Looking to take his first win on the season. We've been expecting a Joseph Kossi victory for so many races. All the starts he's made it to, he's been the favorite. And he hasn't been able to get it done. Right now, Miz holds on to 7th over James Gilliard. But coming into turn 3, Reese Schaefer's strategy, try as he might, it's going to get it down to about 3.5 seconds. 3.5 seconds too far from the 88 of Joseph Cossie. For the first time this season, he will win at Legacy, Michigan. But Reese Schaefer, what an impressive performance in his first ever Outlaws Sim Series event. Max Service comes home in third. Seth Berger fourth. Josh McClune fifth. Malenko comes out of turn 4. Nothing in front of, nothing in behind for position. Malenko will come home 6th in the 7 car. That battle thinned out. Stutzman try as he might. He has 7 lap fresher tires, but Miz gets 7th. Gilliard 8th. Stutzman 9th. Brandon Richardson finishes 10th, 1 lap down, and what a race it was. Joseph Cossie comes to the start-finish line to burn it down. As he should. He'll drive it physically into the victory lane. That is here on the front straightaway. Hopefully he keeps it there so we have something to look at. But the car's speeding down the pit lane. But as Joseph Cossie celebrates on the front straightaway, we will get words with our 3rd place finisher, driver of the number 81, Max Service. And Max, how was the car?
Really tight and then really loose. So not exactly my favorite thing in a car, but kind of worked out.
So, most weeks, we're talking with you, or we're talking about you, Seth Berger, and Malenka most weeks. That was not the case this week. Out of you 3, you were the one to really leg it up with the more competitive drivers, I guess, today. What do you think that says about you in terms of that, like, inner battle? Because Reese Schaefer and Joseph Cossie, they're going for the win, but Cossie won, but that has no impact on the playoffs because of the amount of starts Cossie's missed and Reese Schaefer has missed. So what do you think that says about you in terms of the playoff battle and the championship?
I think it gives me a little bit of hope going forward for consistency's sake and trying to go catch Malenko for the points lead here, because Seth's kind of out of the points lead battle at this point. It's really kind of between Malenko, Stutzman, and me, and I forget who's kind of back there behind us. But I think for consistency's sake, I think it shows that I can kind of run good everywhere every week.
Yeah, for sure. So today was this what you expected when you came today, a 3rd place car, or did you expect more or less out of your number 81?
I don't know. I mean, I felt fairly confident with it that it'd be okay practicing externally in some of the practice sessions throughout the week, but coming in here, I think I was like 10th quickest in practice, had absolutely no hope for the car. Felt like we were probably going to run about 5th, probably on the long run, and just be absolutely terrible on the short run. Maybe if tires came into play a little bit more, maybe we could have got up there and shown a little bit more, but I just made a few mistakes with the brake bias before the race, didn't have it quite low enough and couldn't get turning the car after we kind of crossed halfway.
Right. And then pit strategy, it was widely different across the board. Kelsey on that final stop came in about 3 laps before you, and Schaefer stayed out a lap after you. What was kind of going through your mind as the pit stops wore on, the 3 rounds of them at least, and the different laps you 3 were pitting, along with McClune and Berger?
The hope was that I could get out there and lead a lap, but as soon as I had 1 lap of gas left, and I heard Reese was gonna stay out 1 more, so I figured let's come in this lap because I was losing a ton of time to Seth behind me. He was coming in a hurry. He was real good on the long run, so just hope and try and cover him off a little bit. And he came with me, so I'm glad I did because he was coming at the end. If he had got any sort of track position, I wouldn't have been able to make the pass at all.
Right. That being said, did Reese kind of screw you out of a point there to your name?
No, I think everybody can come in here and race for fun. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm in the playoffs regardless. It's just got to do better.
Fair enough. Next week we head to USA. It's gonna be Veterans Day. I'm sure I'll double check the calendar. I'm pretty sure it's Veterans Day next Wednesday. USA. How are you feeling about USA?
I feel like that's a track that maybe I can run second to Malenko if I'm lucky.
All right. Now, it's not a traditional NASCAR Xfinity Series track, so that should be fun. What do you think the challenge is gonna be?
It's kind of like Martinsville with a ton of banking, which makes it a lot of fun. I practiced there a little bit with the setup we're using, and it's a lot of fun to drive. I haven't driven there since street stocks, I think, so it's been a while, but I had a lot of success there in the street stocks back in rookie class.
All right, and then one more question. I've been loving the schemes this season, and I know this week the charity for Laps for Charity was the Jimmy Johnson Foundation as he enters his final full-time NASCAR Cup Series start this weekend, this Sunday. What is one Jimmy Johnson career moment that kind of sticks to you that you ever enjoyed or maybe didn't so much enjoy?
So my first race that I've ever been to was the 2010 Food City 500, and Jimmy Johnson won that race. So that's kind of one that sticks out. And the 2010 Lowe's car is probably my favorite or second favorite Jimmy Johnson scheme of all time. So, it stands out quite a bit.
Right on. Well, love the fact that you sported the Jimmy Johnson Foundation livery. Oh goodness. What year was that? Was that an 09?
I think it's 2009.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Right on. Well, I appreciate that very much. I'm a huge Jimmy Johnson fan also. So, I mean, that was the mounds of fun I had up here watching Jimmy Johnson schemes around me the entire 110 laps. But nonetheless, congratulations on your third place finish. Best luck to you next week at USA. And I know we're going to be talking to you more this season, but hopefully we're talking to you at USA.
All right. Thank you.
Right on. And that was driver of the number 81 Max Service. And now we're going to get a word in with second place finisher, driver of the number 17, Reese. And Reese, you tried so hard.
Yeah.
When did you know you were going to pull off the strategy to go as long as you can and try to chase down costs here? Did that just kind of come about as it did?
I was coming off 4. I looked over and he was pulling the pits. I was like, all right, I gotta try something new. So I stayed out there as long as I could. Got those fresh tires, and every lap I saw the seconds ticking down. Went from like 12 to 8. I was like, oh boy, here we go. Got down to 4, but just ran out of laps.
I was gonna say, did the tires get to you, or like did they stabilize, or what had happened there that kind of stabilized the gap?
Yeah, I think the tires really started going pretty bad in 3 and 4. I don't know. I felt like my Camaro was really good today, real fast. Pretty sure we ran the fastest lap of the race. One thing that was really helped me is I found a groove at 1 and 2 in the late runs, and I could just consistent lap after lap after lap. So it was once I got that, that's how I was able to catch down the 81, and then we pitted and we came out. He lost her, and I took second. But it was a definitely good run for us today. Started 14th and carved my way all the way through the field. Got second, so.
Yeah, you definitely got biggest mover forward today. There was somebody who didn't do so well on the other side of the spectrum, but a biggest mover forward today in your first Outlaw Sim Series start. Now you ran it, and granted it's Michigan. It was mostly gonna be a green flag race anyway, but to run an all green race, your first Outlaw Sim Series start. What are you thinking about that, and how you feeling about that? about joining the series?
It was really good today. I had a couple battle early. We were 3 wide for a little bit, and really everyone gave me a good room, and we were racing really hard. It was really good the first 30 laps there. Then we started to branch out, and everyone was clean and respectful. It was a great race today by everyone.
Right on. And I don't know. Do you plan on joining us more races this season? Or what is the plan for the 17?
It's whatever time I can find, but yeah, I'm definitely thinking about joining some more races. Trying to, probably don't have a chance for the playoffs or anything, but I definitely could probably finish in a higher position. Could definitely change the battle up between other drivers. So might be good. The X Factor kind of car could
Well, yeah,
really shake up the playoff race.
for sure. So this is your first race of the series, so you didn't necessarily notice coming in, but this is your first race. Joseph Cossey runs a part-time schedule. You two kind of took away from the normal trio that is Max Service and Seth Berger and Malenko. We're normally talking about them week in, week out, and then you two kind of come in and steal the show. But how was it racing? Then the times you did race, I guess 3 main competitors we talk about: Service, Berger, and Malenko. If you really got to race them.
Servers, we were pretty close for a good amount of laps. He was real respectable, and he's a hard racer. So I saw Malco here and there, and Berger a little bit, but not as much as I saw Service today. We raced pretty hard, pretty well. So it was a good race.
Yeah, there was one battle you had with Service that went on laps and laps and laps, and you finally worked your way by Service. How rewarding was that? And just working it over, and it was all done clean.
Yeah, one thing I learned from races, you just gotta stay consistent, and if they see you, if you're close to them in the rear view, they'll get a little nervous, and they'll mess up eventually. And so I just waited for my opportunity, and I got a good run coming off of 2, and he didn't get as he going. It went down 3 and 4, and took it away. So it was I just had to stay consistent. That's all I needed to do, and I knew I'd get around him.
Right on. Well, congratulations on your second place finish here in Michigan. Hoping you join us for some more races this season. Next week we're at USA with the Xfinity cars. That is going to be a fun challenge. So if you do join us next week, best luck to you. And if not, well, best luck to you in whatever you end up doing with us, or not. But
Thank you.
Right on. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that was driver of the number 17, second place finisher Reese Schaefer. And now we're joined with race winner, driver of the number 88, Joseph Cossey. And Joseph, finally, kind of getting it done.
Heck yeah, we put on a show, boy. Got that number 88 up front for quite a while tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we expected you to be a favorite. We expect you to be a favorite anytime you show up, but it hasn't come to be. Of course, at first you joined and the early season struggles with the wheel, but then it became just not being at the right place at the right time and other issues among that. But you finally show up and you finally come up, you dominate for the most part and get yourself a win. How does that feel, just kind of getting that off your back? Everybody expected you to win from race 1, but here you are 12 races in. You didn't run all 12, obviously, but here you are with the win.
Heck yeah, I definitely wanted to finally get one. I was hoping to get one when we were at Bristol, but that wasn't meant to be there. And here I just knew, like, I let Landon run away at the very beginning, and I was just saving tire. Just biding my time.
I was just about to ask, you had a lot of moments today where you were chasing down a driver, and how was that, kind of being the chaser? How much fun is that for you?
I'd rather be the chaser than the chasee. When I start having to be the someone's chasing me, I like to be able to be out there and be calm, and I don't have to worry about it, Well, if I got a gap, I don't have to worry about, trying to block somebody or, anything like that. I like to be out there in my own little world.
All right, so the final round of pit stops, you come in lap 88. Was that always the plan, or was it when you saw other drivers come in that kind of brought you in, or was it kind of just a gamble to come in on lap 88?
It was just something to come up on a fly. I knew, it was coming soon. I think I had like 3 or 4 gallons left of fuel at that point in time, and I was just going ahead, and I was like, let me see if I could bait. I was trying to bait Reese in, is what I was trying to do. I was like, I come in, maybe he'll come in with me, get everybody else come in with me. But that didn't happen. And then and when I seen he stayed out for a couple more laps, I was like, I gotta go. I gotta put seconds on him.
I was gonna say, you were just talking about being the Chase E, and you were on that final stint. I know he didn't get to you, but if you were looking at that gap,
I was sweating bullets for a little while. I was like, I was watching Caps, and I was seeing a couple laps, and he was catching me by a second. I was like, oh, this is no good.
So I was just telling Reese, because it's his first start in the Outlaw Sim Series today, and he did a remarkable job to finish second in that starting 14.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he did.
But you and Reese, y'all aren't normal competitors of the series, but you have the experience on iRacing and the pace to compete. But you two kind of stole the show from our normal, talent up front is Max Service and Seth Berger and the Malenkos and all that. How was that? And then when you did race them, how were they maybe compared to you? Maybe what advantages did you see you had on them?
I was just trying to, I don't know. I know I raced McLoone for a little bit. I didn't get to race barely anyone other than Landon and I guess McLoone. Also Kyle. We were just trading back and forth. He was going a lap down, but yeah. But other than that, I mean, McLoone didn't really give me much of a fight, but I think he knew that I was faster than him, and he just let me go.
Right. So a win here in Michigan. I know your schedule is spotty. Any guess on when you might join us next?
I don't know. I'm trying to get out of the one series I'm in. I'd rather come back here and try to win some more here.
Right. Well, I guess whether you don't join us next week or not, talk to us about maybe the challenge that these drivers can expect next week at USA with Xfinity cars.
Yeah, that track seems easy, but it's not. And it's bumpy. You get loose coming out the corners. Too much gas, and you going right around.
That's for sure. But yeah, congratulations on the first win of the season. I can't believe I'm saying that for you on race number 12. But it happens. It's racing. Of course, you weren't here for all of them. But you were here for a win.
Heck yeah. You
said it at the beginning of the broadcast. And that's what you got.
Oh, I put an exclamation mark on it, I think. I had quite a few laps. I don't know how many, but it was a lot.
Right on. Well, congratulations and best luck to you when you join us next. And if you can't get out of your other series, best luck to you there when you do run that.
Definitely so.
Right on. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that was race winner, driver of the number 88, Joseph Cossi. And well, what a race it was. And turns out I'm just going to have the playoff standings after last week's little or after 2 weeks ago at New Hampshire, our little fun at the end. The point standings could never have been finalized then, so I'm gonna let the points be added up and the bonus points be added in, and that's when we will show you playoff standings. But before we even did that, I completely spaced over that, and I can't believe I did that. But we have some race results to go through. Let's go ahead and see these race results. So you see there it is. Joseph Cossi, our race winner, and only 9 cars in the lead lap. He had a 3.8 second advantage over Reese Schaefer. Then it was Max Service. Then Seth Berger. Josh McLoone comes home in P5. Malenko with the P6. James Gilliard, P7. Jeremiah Stutzman, P8. Brandon Richardson. I'm sorry. James Gilliard, P8. Jeremiah Stutzman, P9. Last car in the lead. Brandon Richardson, top 10 for him. First car, 1 lap down. Further on down the order, Kyle Lingerfelt will come home 11th over Tyler Markle, 12th. Andrew St. Cor, 13th. Devin Smith, 14th. Kevin Thompson comes home in 15th. We fall back to the drivers who were 2 laps down and more. Garrett Velzy, a winner on the season at Talladega. He finishes 16th. Another 2-time winner on the season, Adrian Schumacher, finishes 2 laps down at 17th. Adam Gardner comes home P18. Move on down the order. Doug Solms finishes 19th, 3 laps down. Benjamin Park, he ends up quitting the race early, 20 laps down. He'll finish P20. Fall back to 21st position. Landon Cardullo, 33 laps down after early issues. Daniel Park and the other Park brothers. Not a good day for the Parks. 37 laps down for Dan Park. And at the back of the grid, Jacob Zala never took the green. 110 laps down. He'll be credited with 23rd. Those are the race results. And again, the standings, they won't be finalized. We'll show them at the beginning of each broadcast from the weeks to come. We'll leave the standings to be finalized in the week that is and have them perfect and ready to go. And with that being said, a huge congratulations to our race winner, driver number 88, Joseph Cossi. I can't believe I'm saying that. On week 12, came into the season as the favorite. The races he started had issues with the steering wheel, and then he misses weeks, and he finally comes, he dominates as he should, and gets the win. That being said, make sure you tune in next Wednesday, November 11th. It'll be Veterans Day. You'll tune in at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. The Outlaw Sim Series round 13 of 36. We head to the USA Speedway. This has been Emerson Arnott on the call. We will see you next time. Stay safe.